What's up, y'all? This is Ty. It's time for another review of one of my favorite shows, Power. Why did I do that? I don't know. But yeah, Power. Big rich town. I just come Well, I said I wasn't gonna do that. I'm not. I just come from the poorest part. Something. I gotta make it. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I can't help myself. I just love that theme song. It's real catchy. But anyway, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it next week. I promise you. Maybe I'll do the rap part. I don't know. Who knows? I ain't gonna make promises because I might do it again. I just like saying that. Big rich town. That's what I call the show, but it's Power. Anyway, this was episode 7. The title of tonight's episode is Don't Go. Now I understand why they titled it Don't Go, because as we see in the beginning, Ghost is in bed. He's dreaming. He's dreaming that he's with Angela, and Angela says to him, "Don't go." Then he wakes up because it was all a dream. And at the end of the episode, we see him having this conversation with Angela, and she's pissed off, and we'll get into that later. And he says to her, "Angela, don't go." So I understand why they gave tonight's episode the title Don't Go. But me personally, I feel like tonight's episode should have been called The Invasion of My Space, or The Invasion of Space, or Invasion of Privacy, because that's what it was. And we're going to start with the federal building, or the federal office where Angela works. That was invaded by the officers who were doing this government workers who came in to do an investigation, because as we know, last week Lobos was killed by ghosts. Now I told you all you people that was on Facebook debating that Lobos wasn't dead, that Ghost didn't really kill him, blah blah blah. He had on a bulletproof vest, and you had all these silly theories. I told you, Lobos is dead. He's dead. He's dead. That would have been so corny for him to still be alive. That would have been so corny. I couldn't watch the show no more if they would have did that. That would have been so corny. Please, that just would have been so corny. Anyway, they're at the federal building. They're reviewing, they're investigating Greg, Angela, Mike, and the other guy. I forget the guy's name, because they know this was an inside job. That somebody helped Lobos escape. Somebody was communicating with Lobos, because remember the cell phone from last week? They told him, they said, "Listen, we tracked that phone down, and we found out that someone in this here," they didn't say this here, but I want to say this here. Someone in this here building, right here, that satellite right up there, the tower right up on this building, says that those calls was coming from somewhere in here. So we know there was an inside job. Those were really great scenes, seeing Greg, Mike, and Angela get questioned. It was a really funny scene where they asked that guy, I forgot his name, and they told him they had the paper, and it was like, "Yeah, we know what you be doing behind closed doors." He was like, "Y'all look into that?" They was like, "We look into everything." That was hilarious. To see Greg responding, basically saying he believes it's Angela. We see Angela defending herself. I like the interaction between Angela and the woman, and I like when Angela said to her, "Oh no, Jamie St. Patrick wasn't playing me or using me. I was using him to get to Lobos." That was well played out, well written, great scenes, because we know the deal. We know that, yeah, Angela, you are feeling like he played you, but she had to put up a front and protect herself in front of these investigators, because she's being invaded. They came and got her out of the house when she was crying to her sister about how much she misses Ghost and want him back in there. They're digging in her. So that was a really great scene. I really dug it. I thought that was cool. I like how she kind of played it off, even though we know Angela's hurting because she feels like Ghost used her and doesn't love her. So that was pretty cool. Let's get on right to it, to Mr. Millan. This dude is no joke. Millan, now he did most of the invading this tonight. He did most of the invading. We see him. He has Tommy and Ghost in the limo. in the car, I should say. He has them in the car, and he's telling, basically telling Ghost he knows all of his life story, tell him all his business back to him. Tommy's like, damn, you just Googled him, didn't you? Tommy in this episode really does not care. He doesn't care. He knows that Millan is dangerous, but he just doesn't care. And we see they go to one of the hideouts. Tommy's like, how did you know about this hideout? How did you know? And I'm saying the same thing. Millan knows everything. He's got Tommy's men up against the wall. He's telling Tommy, listen, you're going to have to kill Father Flanagan or O'Connor, whatever the father's name was. I forget his name, but he tells him you're going to have to kill him because he can't be dealing the guns anymore. Very cool. And what was crazy, did y'all see how Millan just walked up to his little boy, not his little boy, but his one of his workers and one of his men, one of his people, and just strangled him. And that wasn't enough for him. After he strangled him, then he had to break his neck. I said, snap his neck. I said, this damn Millan is no joke. He is no joke. He's just so evil and I can't put it into words. Like he's like 5 steps ahead of everybody. It's like, how does this man know everything? And it's just like, it's just crazy how he knows everything. What else happened? We see Tommy's becoming unhinged in this episode, and we see that scene where Tasha says to Tommy, she mentions, because she thinks that Tommy knew, she's like, why did y'all do that to Holly? She doesn't know that that Holly was killed by Tommy. She just thinks that Tommy ran off after he found out she was pregnant, but Tommy didn't know that she was pregnant. So we see Tommy become unhinged, and throughout this episode, he just doesn't care anymore. He's want to do things his way. He's telling Ghost, listen, you're not the boss of me. I'm going to handle things my way. You handle things your way. You know now, Ghost is not used to that. Ghost is used to being in charge and running things because he's the smarter of the two and the more level-headed of the two, and he's more clever. But Tommy just doesn't care. And as we saw, Tommy got invaded again. You see all of the Serbs around him, and they want to kill Tommy. And they beat Tommy down, but Tommy fought back. But Tommy kept getting back up, and that gave Millan a new respect for Tommy. He was like, you know what? He has nothing to live for. Let's keep him alive. That's gangster right there. Let's keep him alive. Now, who else got invaded? We see Dre minding his own business, emptying the garbage, and up comes Kanan, roughing him up, all in his space, another invasion of space, all up in his space. I thought you told me that Ghost and Tommy wasn't cool anymore and that Ghost was out of the business. So, he's roughing him up. He's like, you better not be lying to me. And he's like, and Dre's all shook like, no, man, no. I'm telling you the truth. I just found out. He's like, well, you better get me some more insight. Now, that damn Kanan is evil, too. Because a few episodes back, he pissed me off when he had Dre's little daughter in his hand and he's swinging her around. That pissed me off when he was holding her. That pissed me off. But tonight, what he did to that old lady, just invaded her space. You see, more invasion. See what he did to that old lady, that poor old lady, so he could take over her apartment. Kanan, you're going straight to hell. That just pissed me off. I can't wait for you to get your due because you're doing way too much. That was just evil. But that was a great scene because did y'all peep how he moved the picture frame and you saw that bullet hole there? Why does he need that apartment? What is it about that apartment that he's tying to Ghost that he plans to get his revenge on Ghost? That's going to be interesting. Why did he kill that old lady? Why he couldn't just knock upside her head, tie her up, and put it... Wait, that might have been worse. But I mean, why did he have to kill her? But you see where I'm going with this? But you know what else I think? Kanan is street smart, but he's not as smart as Ghost, and he's not as smart as Millan. He's busy trying to get revenge on Ghost, but I think he's going to end up getting hurt by Millan because Millan is going to protect Ghost because Ghost owes him money, and Ghost is his slave now. Ghost and Tommy are his slaves now, and they have to do do these jobs for him and get him his money back. So he's not gonna. I think he's gonna be the one that possibly takes care of Kanan, because he's like, you're not gonna get in the way of my money, because Millan is just invading things and running things. It's crazy. What else? Let's go to Tasha and Angela. Angela pissed off. So, Angela's been invaded earlier, so she's like, listen, Tasha, I need to know, was Ghost with you? Because she's starting to put two and two together. Listen, Ghost killed Lobo, so Ghost knew something about it, and don't cover for him, because you can lose your children, you can lose your home. But Tasha is ride or die. She's not gonna let you see her sweat. She's like, oh no, he was at the hotel with me. Me and him was fucking. We back together. You were just a side piece, a midlife crisis. That's my man. We got 3 children together. She knew how to put up a front. That was a great scene too. But she knew how to put up a front too. But she's covering and she wants to know what's going on. My favorite scene of the night was when Tasha confronted Ghost about bringing house guests over for dinner, and when Ghost saw that Millan and old girl Tatiana, who we all thought was dead, was sitting up in the living room ready to have Sunday dinner with Ghost and his family. Man, Ghost's face was like, I was like this, like, yo, are you kidding me? I thought Tatiana was dead. This damn Millan, he really knows. You in my house, you around my children, we having dinner with the enemy. This is crazy. That was so well acted and so well written. I was like this, like, yo, this is crazy. We having Sunday dinner with Hannibal Lecter? Really? This Millan eats people. That's another thing. I thought the running gag about the rumor of Millan eating people was hilarious. Earlier in the episode when Tommy says, do you really eat people? And then we see Dre and Ghost in the scene, and Dre says, the dude that eats people? That was, come on, crazy, hilarious. But yeah, Millan, man, he's just ruthless. He don't care. I don't know. But I'm curious to see how Ghost is going to get himself out of this mess, because this is a tangled web. We have Millan saying, you're my slave, you're going to do what I say when I say do it. We have the kids rebelling. We have Tyreek with his little spoiled brat self. He's disrespecting his mama, and then when she goes to get Ghost on him, he says something out of line to Ghost. I did like that Ghost roughed him up like, motherfucker, who you talking to? But then he got soft. He should have finished it off, beat his ass. Because that Tyreek is I understand he's hurting, he's rebelling, but he's a little too disrespectful. I'm from the old school. You couldn't talk. I wouldn't be standing here right now if I said that to my mother. Or anything to my father. No. But anyway, it all makes for good television. So I'm curious as to what's going on. What's going to happen next. And every week I say that. What's going to happen next? So kudos to the writers, because you keep me on my toes and you keep me wanting more. Also, there was another thing that we want to go back to is Angela. Angela is not playing. Angela is fed up. She feels like she told Ghost, you never loved me. That's not true, but she feels that way. You never loved me, but you gonna help me, because I'm not going down for you, because I'm not going down. That was a great scene. So many great scenes. What do you guys think? What did you guys think of tonight's episode? Is there anything I missed out? I didn't cover? You can cover below, comment, whatever. But tell me what you think. How do you think Ghost is going to get out of this mess? And Karen, a lot of people keep saying Karen and her father are tied to Millan somehow. I'm not sure. The verdict is not in on them yet. I'm not sure, but a lot of people keep saying that, but we'll see. But that's it for now, and I don't want this to be too long. Let me know your thoughts. Did you enjoy this episode? How do you think this is all going to play out? Will Dre really turn on Ghost, or is he going to get fed up with Kanan? Will Millan take care of Kanan? Will Ghost finally be able to outsmart Millan? Will Tyreek ever become respectful? Is Angela going to get back with Ghost? There's so many questions I have. Is she going to go to jail for Ghost? Who knows what's going to happen? But we'll see in the upcoming episodes what's going to happen. That's it for now. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you thought. Check out my other videos. Go to my GoFundMe page. Help a brother out. That's it for now. Be blessed, y'all.